Now, Shoaib Ahamed is an adjunct professor at Pace University in New York and the host of the Democracy and Justice show. Really good to have you with us, Shoaib. Can I begin by getting your reaction to this sentence and verdict against Sheikh Hasina?
It was much needed verdict. As we saw that in 2024, the Sheikh Hasina and his close aides, the ministers and the police and all the mechanism of the state cracked down on the protester, a very rightful protest of the equality and non-discrimination, killed thousands of people. Still today, you can go to Dhaka and you will find somebody who was either injured or whose relatives or close peoples are killed in the protest. So it's very vivid in the memory of the people of the Bangladesh. And to ensure a lawful country state, to ensure the justice for all these victims, it was much needed. And it set an example that if you do a crime of mass murder, if you do a crime, no matter who you are, can be the prime minister of a country, it's still there is a verdict coming for you.
And we know that Sheikh Hasina has been living in exile. We also understand that there's actually an extradition treaty between India and Bangladesh. Obviously, those who are against Hasina want her to return to Bangladesh in order to face that sentence. What do you think will happen? Will India face growing pressure to release her and give her up to Bangladeshi authorities?
Great question. We have to consider that since the Hasina's fault and Dr. Muhammad Yunus-led government was established a year and a half ago, India actually never behaved like a good neighbor. India constantly set a propaganda against Bangladesh on various falsified issues like minority issues and so many other issues. India also did not respond to an official mail sent from Bangladeshi government about Hasina, and it's been over an year. So I have high doubt if India would send Hasina back for a trial. But in the same time, we have to remember India is doing everything for their own country, right? Hasina was a puppet for India. Hasina was giving too much for too little to India. So if India can see this government, or when there is a new government from after the election, can serve their purpose again, and Hasina is no longer needed for them, there is a technical chance for giving back to Hasina. Otherwise, how the states are right now, I don't think India will give back. Bangladesh still should pursue their demand of getting back Hasina. Bangladesh still should use all the diplomatic ties it may have, international pressure it may have, can put on India to get back Hasina, but I don't think it will happen very soon.
And Shoaib, we also know that this verdict and sentence comes at a very sensitive time in Bangladesh, which is currently being run by a transitional authority. We know elections are due in February, sometimes analysts are saying early February. Hasina's Awami League party has been banned from running. What do you expect this verdict will have on those elections? Are you worried that perhaps we might see more unrest in the lead up to that vote?
So there is a chance of more unrest, as you mentioned, but also if the verdict didn't come and it's a year and a half after this uprising, that will have a greater risk on the law and enforcement. The thousands of Awami goons who worked for Hasina and oppressed people, killed people, they were the beneficiary of the autocratic government system for last 16 years. That would be activating, and that would go back to their crime families and do unrest all over the country. We saw in last few months Even just last few days, in 13th of this month, they tried to unrest the country. There was large arsenal around the key points of the country, including the airports, last few months. So I would say, without this verdict and without any visible sign of judicial process to these criminals, there would be a greater risk of unrest in the future. Now, with this verdict, there is a clear sign that, hey, there is a deliberate attempts from the government, from the International Crime Tribunal, that if you are held accountable for any of these atrocities, you'll be really brought into justice and you don't have any escape. With that message, I think in early some coming days, there will be a message sent across the country, and the law and order should keep getting better with the government active effort.
Okay, Shoaib Ahamed, we will have to leave it there, but thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. Really appreciate it.